Please stand if you are able. Her Excellency, the Right Honourable Dame Sindikiro, Governor-General of New Zealand.
O te amorangi ki mua, o te hāpai o ki mui. Ia tau iho ona mana ki tanga ki runga ki tēnā o tātau. He honore he kororia he mau ngārongo ki runga ki te mato o te whenua, he whakaro pai ki ngā tangata katoa. Aro haina ngā teina, me ngā tuakana, e noho nei ni te whakaro kotahi, pai mai.
Please be seated. Tini whetū ki te rangi, ka mautonu, ka mautonu. Tini tāngata ki te whenua, ngaru noa, haere atu rā. Nau mai, piki mai, tauti mai, ki te whare o te kāwana tianara. Ko ngā tāwhirotanga o te wā ki a tātou i tēnei rangi, tēnā tātou katoa. Distinguished guests, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to Government House Auckland for today's investiture ceremony. I'd like to specifically acknowledge Mr. Simon Court, Parliamentary Under-Secretary, Mr. Joe Haruwira, ko mātua, and Mrs. Pauline Hopa, e kuia. Tēnā koutou. Hosting investiture ceremonies is one of the most important duties I perform on behalf of His Majesty, the King of New Zealand. I'm delighted to bring together such an extraordinary group of New Zealanders. You have each brought pride and a greater sense of well-being to Aotearoa New Zealand through your outstanding achievements and your service to our communities. On behalf of all New Zealanders, I extend my sincerest thanks to you for your contributions. After each recipient is honoured, I invite you to join with me in congratulating them. Mr. Ward Carmel will now summon the recipients and read their citations.
Your Excellency, to receive the insignia of a Companion of the New Zealand Order of Merit, Mr. Vincent Ashworth of Morrinsville for services to agriculture. Well, Vincent Ashworth was a senior agriculturalist with the World Bank, leading missions to help farmers with food production in more than 30 developing countries. He established Ashworth and Associates in 1960, a farm management consultancy practice, the first of its kind in New Zealand. He launched the New Zealand Society of Farm Management in 1969, serving as inaugural president. He has authored 6 books and has been recognised with 2 medals from Lincoln University for his contributions to agricultural consultancy and the university's cultural heritage. He was a member of Save the Children New Zealand Overseas Projects Committee, serving as chair for 3 years. Mr. Ashworth is a life member of the New Zealand Institute of Primary Industry Management and the New Zealand Institute of Agricultural Science. Mr. Vincent Ashworth, please come forward. Your Excellency, to receive the insignia of an officer of the New Zealand Order of Merit, Mr. Stephen Cox of Ohopo for services to cycling. Well, Stephen Cox is a cyclist who competed for New Zealand in numerous international events, including the 1984 Olympic Games and 3 Commonwealth Games. He won almost every major road event in New Zealand and 32 New Zealand Championship medals. He was National Women's Road Cycling Coach and was Cycling New Zealand Team Manager to Japan in 1994 and the Commonwealth Games in 1998. He has organised more than 220 major cycling events. He was instrumental in bringing a round of the Women's UCI World Cup road races to Hamilton. Through his company, Dynamo Cycling Club, he has organised multi-day tours and race series, the Elite Road Championships and Age Group National Championships for Cycling New Zealand. Mr. Cox has held several club and committee roles in the Waikato. Mr. Stephen Cox, please come forward. Ms. Adrian Wynne-Calman of Auckland for services to the fashion industry. Adrian Wynne-Calman is a fashion designer who has been contributing to the fashion industry through her fashion company, Adrian Wynne-Calman. She established her company in 1980 and employs 17 staff, with all garments made locally in New Zealand. Her company has sold garments throughout New Zealand, Australia, Europe, and the United States of America. Through her business, she has supported the Women's Refuge and Starship Children's Hospital in Auckland. She has donated surplus designs at the end of each season to Dress for Success. She has hosted pop-up charity shops selling second-hand clothing in excellent condition, which has raised tens of thousands of dollars for charities. Ms. Wynne-Calman received an honorary doctorate from Auckland University in 2016. Ms. Adrian Wynne-Calman, please come forward. Your Excellency, to receive the insignia of a member of the New Zealand Order of Merit, Professor John Collins of Auckland for services to surgical education and breast cancer management. Well, Professor John Collins worked as a general surgeon in South Auckland for 30 years, becoming head of general surgery at Middlemore Hospital. He established a Masters of Surgical Education qualification at the University of Melbourne and was appointed Foundation Dean of Education for the Royal Australasian College of Surgeons. He was the Foundation Director of the South Auckland Breast Service, the first complete breast clinic in New Zealand, where patients receive clinical, diagnostic, management advice and wellbeing support in one visit. Professor Collins served on the National Cancer Control Strategy Steering Group and the National Guidelines Group, publishing national guidelines for the surgical management of breast cancer in New Zealand. Professor John Collins, please come forward. Mr. Alan McCaw of Milton for services to the apiculture industry. Well, Alan McCaw and his wife have co-owned their Otago beekeeping and honey packing business since 1977. He has worked to support and promote the marketing of New Zealand honey. He has helped foster collaboration and formalise the apiary industry's planning through leadership roles in the New Zealand Honey Packers and Exporters Association, Honey Industry Trusts, and executive of the National Beekeepers Association. As a member of the Bee Products Standards Council, he assisted in developing agreed industry procedures for food safety and exporting standards. He volunteered on the Apicultural Industry Unification Project. Mr. McCaw invented an innovative honey drip tray pellet to store honey supers during the extraction process. Mr. Alan McCaw, please come forward. Dr. Louise Rommel of Auckland for servicing to nursing education. Well, Dr. Louise Rommel has held roles from tutor through to Deputy Head of Department and Principal Lecturer at the Manukau Institute of Technology's School of Nursing. She was the school's first research academic lead. She initiated the transition of the nursing diploma program to a Bachelor of Nursing degree and established undergraduate research papers for nursing students. She was lead author of A History of the Department of Nursing and Health Studies. She has contributed to the New Zealand Nurses Organisation Kaitiaki Nursing Research Journal and is on the review panel. Dr. Rommel was previously on the Nursing and Midwifery Advisory Committee and Secretary of the Nursing Research Section. Dr. Louise Ramel, please come forward. Ms. Aideen Wilson of Auckland for services to netball. Well, Aideen Wilson was part of the Silver Fern squad that won the Netball World Cup in 2003. She captained the Silver Ferns from 2005 to 2007, including their historic first Commonwealth Games gold medal. She was prominent in establishing the New Zealand Netball Players Association and served on the board, including time as chair and interim executive manager. Domestically, she played for Southern Sting and captained Southern Steel. She is an athlete mentor and trustee for the Tania Dalton Foundation, which supports young women in sport. Ms. Wilson is a Sky Sports presenter and a member of the Integrity in Sport and Recreation Establishment Board. Ms. Aideen Wilson, please come forward. Your Excellency, to receive the King's Service Medal, Mr. Alan Gore of Auckland for services to Rugby League. Alan Gore played with the Otahuhu Rugby League Club for many years. He then served as treasurer for Auckland Rugby League and led an Auckland delegation to the New Zealand Rugby League Board. He was the business manager for the New Zealand Kiwis during the 1967 tour to Australia. He was a board member of the New Zealand Rugby League Board, holding positions of vice chair and treasurer and representing New Zealand at international conferences. Mr. Gore was a member of the New Zealand Rugby League Trust Museum Committee and is a member of the Carlaw Park Heritage Trust. Mr. Alan Gore, please come forward. Your Excellency, the investiture has concluded.
New Zealand's honours system is our highest public affirmation of outstanding individual achievement. It reinforces those things that make our society better: service, manaakitanga, and the pursuit of excellence. To our recipients, it has been a privilege to hear your stories. You have each used your talents and abilities to improve the lives of fellow New Zealanders. In doing so, you embody the sentiment expressed by the great Nigerian playwright Wole Soyinka when he said, "Human life has meaning only as long as it is lived in the service of humanity." I urge recipients to wear your insignia with pride at every opportunity, knowing that you inspire others by your example. On behalf of the King of New Zealand and all New Zealanders, I congratulate you on your achievements, and I thank you once again for your service to our country. Kia ora, hui mai nei I tēnei rā. Now you will see on the back of your program the words to the National Anthem in Te Reo and English. I now invite you to stand with me and join in singing.